All right, well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of the JP Football Podcast. I'm your host, of course, Josh, and a bit of a different setup today. Again, I'm not back home in San Diego. I'm currently away visiting some relatives, so that's why you're gonna get the setup that we're currently having today. But usually I don't like, I don't like doing videos when I'm not at home well, due to the fact of the setup and due to the fact that, you know, not too much seems to be going on, but I got to do one today because Everton just finished playing Wolves and guess what? We lost again. Yeah, we lost again because we are we are a joke of a football club. That's honestly probably one of the easiest ways to describe it. We're a joke, and it showed today. That first half against Wolves was probably worse than the last 15 minutes of the Watford game last week. We looked uninspired, no energy in the side. Excuse me. I'm still a bit sick, by the way, as well. That I think that game had an effect. Um, but yeah, uninspired, unenergetic side, and the players did not look like they seemed to care one bit about what the hell was going up on the pitch. We made Wolves look like Pep Guardiola's Barcelona back in like 2009, 2010. Okay. That is how we made them look, which is a real shame because in the second half, we, stepped it up a bit and we basically showed Wolves for what they truly are. You know, average side, to be honest, average side. I It's a shame. Look, I'm not trying to bash Wolves, okay? I'm not trying to bash them. I've said before, I think they're a decent team. They got a good team, but the way they played in the first half, okay, they're not that good. We just made them look that good because again, our players just didn't seem to have a care in the world. Something needs to change. This is like our third loss in a row this season. Something needs to change, whether it be formation. I don't know. And I know we don't have the players to fit certain personnel. Obviously, Mina is still injured. Decore is injured. Dominic Calvert-Lewin's injured. I mean, he was on the freaking halftime preview for, Sky. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. But we played in a 4-4-2 today, 4-4-1-1. It was a 4-4-2 for me. All right. Pickford started in goal. Ben Godfrey started at left back, which I thought, yeah, I don't like that. I don't like when right-footed players start in a position like a left back, because it just feels a bit awkward. It's like that Cuco Martina thing, right? Where we had a right back, play as left back and he was awful. Now I'm not saying that Ben Godfrey is as bad as Cuco Martina, but today he played like he was Cuco Martina. Okay, Ben Godfrey wasn't good today. He was pretty bad. I, and the second goal he give away, I understand what he's trying to do with that back pass, but it's just an awful pass. And then Mason Holgate is asleep. He's literally jogging around, doesn't check his shoulder one bit, and Raul Jimenez comes flying in, takes it, chips Pickford, and it's 2-0. And you're just thinking to yourself, my God, what has gone on here? But yeah, Godfrey was at the left back. He was bad. It was awful. Mason Holgate was crap. Michael Keane was probably our best defender, which is very, very bad because I don't think, I thought our defense wasn't good today. Like in the second half, obviously they were much better, but overall, no, not a good performance by the defense. So me saying that Michael Keane was our best defender today is worrisome because it's just worrisome. And I think you all know why. And then Seamus Coleman, I mean, let's be honest, Seamus Coleman starting at right back, he should not be playing as much as he is playing, pretending to start fights and whatnot, even though we're down 2-1. What's that all about? Get on with it. We're down a goal and you're starting fight, like get out of here. Get out of town. And then speaking of towns, our right midfielder today was Andros Townsend, who I actually thought, he put in some decent deliveries today, was probably our best, I mean, well, I don't even know if he was our best player out there. I mean, everyone, let me just say, look, everyone was awful in the first half, okay? Everyone was absolutely dross and awful in the first half, okay? No one played good except for Jordan Pickford, okay? Jordan Pickford was the only one that played good in the first half, and that was it. But second half, we stepped up. So I'm mainly talking about what Everton did in the second half. So that's why I said I thought Townsend was fine and decent in the second half. But overall, not a good performance by anyone, by anybody, by no stretch of the means. So yeah, Alex Iwobi started as the left mid, which look, I know you people are gonna say, Josh, you can't really hate on Alex Iwobi too much today because he scored a goal. Yeah, he scored a goal. I'm happy for Alex Iwobi. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy he scored because that's a goal for Everton. But at the end of the day, what else did Alex Iwobi do today than score that goal? He did absolutely nothing. He did nothing else today but score that goal. And I heard a fan saying earlier that Alex Iwobi gets away with doing absolutely nothing, and he is spot on, and he is absolutely correct about that because Alex Iwobi got his goal and maybe did what? Maybe, arguably one or two other things, and that was it the whole game. You know what that's called? That's called being a fraud. It's called being a fraud, a buffoon, and that's exactly what Alex Iwobi is, mainly to the football club. And look, I don't like, slandering on players that, especially if they've scored goals in games today. But again, that first half by everyone, and the fact that Alex Iwobi pretty much done nothing else. Watch this. I guarantee you, the next game we have, okay, the next game that we have, I guarantee you, if Alex Iwobi is starting, he's not going to get a goal. He's not going to get anywhere near an assist, and he's going to be doing nothing, and he's going to be the same old Alex Iwobi that we've been seeing all season long. I can guarantee you that. If Iwobi scores next week, forget it. Don't listen to me, okay? Don't. But I guarantee you that's probably going to happen next week if he's starting, okay? So that's all I got to say about that. Jean-Philippe Gbamin started this game, and he looked absolutely awful. Completely lost in the midfield, did nothing. Alan wasn't that good until the second half. And even in the second half, he still, I don't think, was that good, to be completely honest. Demarai Gray had probably one of his worst ever games as an Everton player, which is a shame. I mean, he shanked a shot wide. He couldn't put one on target today, it seemed. Just a bad day for Demarai Gray. I'm just hoping that, that stops because Leicester City, his biggest problem, same thing with Bayer Leverkusen. Demarai Gray's biggest problem was the fact that he was very, very inconsistent. He was an inconsistent player, which is probably why he cost us the 1.5 million pounds. All right. That display from Gray today for me is probably the consistency those people have spoken about. And I can only hope he stops that and, he gets right back on track. Richarlison worked hard, nearly got a goal off of Jose Sa, making that mistake, but he didn't, not too much service. And honestly, I'm glad that we had Gray and Richarlison up front rather than Rondon. But again, it just seemed at times that we could have had Rondon up there, and what difference would it have made? At least Richarlison was pacier. He was quicker. Jesus, I can't even speak. He was pacier. He was quicker. But yeah, no, his work rate is definitely better than Rondon. So I guess that's a positive takeaway. And as the mic is collapsing, everything's collapsing. My microphone's collapsing. Everton's collapsing. This video's probably collapsing. It's just a bad day. Okay, it's a bad day for Everton Football Club and just everything all around. I need to fix the microphone. I don't have a stable surface for it right now, which is why I'm holding it up. So yeah. But look, Everton's best player today was arguably Fabian Delph, who come on for Jean-Philippe Gbamin at halftime, which is amazing. It amazes me to say that Fabian Delph was Everton's best player today, because as soon as he come on the pitch, right, the midfield took shape, it took hold, and we played a lot better, all right? So Fabian Delph today, you know what, bro? A lot of us don't like you. We just don't. I know a lot of us don't like you, but today, no hate. No hate for Fabian Delph today because you actually put in a good shift. You put in a good performance. And most importantly, you didn't get injured. So, yeah, props to you, Fabian Delph. You played well today. And I can only hope that you can somehow keep that consistent form of yours. Maybe start a few games, have us not hate you that much. That would be great. But respect to you, Delph. Respect to you. Anthony Gordon come on for Alex Iwobi, which I thought was the right substitution decision. But Gordon should have been starting. Again, I know Iwobi got the goal, but like I said, Iwobi's a bit of a fraud. He really is. So Gordon, I mean, he's unlucky to score. Cross gets played in, he gets his head to it, and Jose Sa, the Wolves goalkeeper, just makes a really good save. But the work rate from Gordon was good. Hopefully he starts next game. And then, Salomon Rondon, aka the tree, the lamppost, the man who doesn't move, essentially, came on with, 90th minute, about 5 minutes left to go for Damari Gray. And let's be honest, he wasn't going to do anything in 5 minutes. No one's doing anything in 5 minutes. Especially Rondon. He did nothing. So I don't really have anything to say about him. But yeah, Wolves beat us. We didn't deserve to win. If you play a first half that bad, you don't deserve to win. And that was us today. I mean, it should have been 4-5-0 if it weren't for Jordan Pickford. Hwang Hee-chan scored his goal. Thankfully, it was offside. But then we concede off a set piece. The zonal marking is just awful. Rafa's going to stick with the zonal marking as much as we don't want it. That's what's going to happen. He's going to stick with zonal marking, not man marking. And obviously, Yerry Mina not being in there is a big miss. And, Kilman, whatever the hell their center back's name is, Max Kilman, he got his first ever goal for Wolves, I believe, today, which, of course, again, I've said it before, people. If you want to get your first goal of the club or get back into form, play against Everton. This is not a joke. This is not a drill. This is fact, okay? Fact. It's just fact. And Kilman got his first goal. And then Raul Jimenez, making his return to Wolves, also gets a goal. Again, folks, I could write a whole book and a whole story on how many people have scored their first goals against Everton and how many people needing to get back in form have scored goals against Everton. We could write a whole book. Make a whole play, song, and dance about it. We really can. We really can. Jimenez was good for Wolves today. Matinho, I mean, I'll pretty much like over half of the Wolves squad was good for them today. So fair play to Wolves. They didn't even have Adama Traore, man. They didn't even have him. So, yeah, just awful defending off the set piece, and then. Again, the second goal, Ben Godfrey, I see what he's trying to do, but it's awful. And then Mason Holgate makes it a million times worse by not checking his shoulder and literally just jogging to the ball like there's not a care in the world. And then Jimenez pounces and finishes. And it's just, yeah, it's a joke. Our defending was a freaking joke. But yeah, 2-1 to Wolves. And something needs to change, whether it be the formation, because without our best players, there needs to be some kind of change in formation. Maybe play more people in the midfield. Maybe, I don't know. Rafa Benitez needs to do something because fans are turning on him quickly. They are turning on him very, very quickly. Something needs to be done. Yeah. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be the end of my video today. Again, I'm still a bit sick. I'm visiting relatives, though, which is why I have the setup I have. But please leave a like on today's video if you've enjoyed. Subscribe for more content as well. And please continue to spread the word about the JP Football Podcast. It really means a lot to me. It means the world. It really does. And just do that. That'd be fantastic. That'd be great. Leave in the comments below what you thought of the game, if you saw it or if you watched highlights. And as usual, if there's a certain player, a certain team you want me to talk about in the next video, feel free to do so, and I will address it in the next video. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your week. And yeah, until next time.